Welcome back to my channel. Sa video kong ito ay itatakol natin kung paano natin masasagot ang mga assumptions and conclusions exam in the civil service. Magbibigay ako ng mga tips sa abot ng aking makakaya kung paano natin itatakol ang mga this type of questions sa civil service. Kasi ngayong August 7 ay meron na namang civil service exam. At noon nga daw exam, noong June 19, maraming lumalabas na questions sa assumptions and conclusions. Kung ano ang assumptions, merong paragraph na ibibigay, then tatanungin ko kung ano assumptions or kung ano ang conclusions. At ito daw type na exam na ito ay ang isa daw sa pinakamahirap na exam sa civil service. So, alina. Ngayon ay i-discuss natin ang mga tips in finding assumptions and conclusions. An assumption is an information not stated in the argument. Hindi siya stated sa argument. Hindi siya stated sa mga choices na pagpilian natin sa exam. Not stated in the argument that must be true for the argument's conclusion to hold true. So, nagsusupport siya sa conclusion. Look for the missing or unstated premise to that makes the conclusion valid. So, meron tayong example dito. Example, Rachel is a very frank girl. Everything she says is correct. So, ano ang assumption? Ito ang choices. A. Frank people give straight facts. B. Frank people include details in their stories. C. Frank people are careless in their speech. D. People who are frank are literally nagger. E. Most people do not mean what they say. So, himay-himayin natin ang choices. Frank people give straight facts. Ibalik natin ang sentence. Rachel is a very frank girl. Everything she says is correct. Parang yan ang choice natin. Pero tingnan muna natin ang ibang choices. B. Frank people include details in their stories. Hindi naman stated sa sentence. We could not assume na detail. Hindi sinabi. Sabi, correct lang ang everything she says. Letter C. Frank people are careless in their speech. Hindi naman sinabi na careless siya. People who are frank are literally nagger. Hindi naman nag-mention sa pagka-nagger niya. Frank lang siya. correct lang mas nasabi niya, pero hindi naman siya nagger. Most people do not mean what they say. So, our correct answer is letter A. Frank people give straight facts. Kasi sinasabi dito na frank girl siya. And everything she says is correct. So, we assume that frank people give straight facts. Second tip, the conclusion must be based on the given premises. Check if the answer has a connection with the given assumption. Hindi nga natin so okay na conclusion must be based on the given premises. Pero kung i-check natin kung ang answer has a connection with the given assumption, sa civil service exam, we have no way kasi ang question is either kung ano ang assumption lang or ano ang conclusion. So, let's have an example. Carbohydrates contain 9 calories per gram compared to 4 calories per gram of fat or proteins. So, 9 calories per gram daw ang carbohydrates, pero 4 calories per gram lang ang fat or proteins. So, ano ang conclusion? So, ang sagot is tungkol naman sa conclusion. Mga choices A, foods that are rich in calories weigh more than foods rich in starch. Hindi naman sinasabi. Kasi ang kinikumpare lang siya sa fat or proteins. Starch, carbohydrates din yun. Letter B, fruits and vegetables do not have many calories. We could not assume, hindi dito nag-mention tungkol sa fruits or vegetables. Letter C, the more carbohydrates there is in food, the more calories they contain. Parang tama yan. Kasi 9 calories per gram siya eh. Ang fat or protein, 4 calories lang. Letter D, most junk foods do not weigh much, but surely they have many calories. Hindi naman ito nagme-mention sa junk foods. And E, it is important to choose food based on their weight to calorie ratio. So, our answer is, ang pinakamalapit na conclusion is, the more carbohydrates there is in food, the more calories they contain. The third tip, eliminate off-topic arguments. If the given choices are not in any way connected with the given statement, eliminate these unrelated answers. So, balikan natin yung sample question natin earlier na tungkol, we read again the question. Carbohydrates contain 9 calories per gram compared to 4 calories per gram of fat or proteins. So we find the conclusion. Alam na natin na the conclusion is the more carbohydrates there is in food, the more calories they contain. Kasi ang carbohydrates has 9 calories per gram, while fat or proteins has only 4 calories per gram. Eliminate all topic arguments para makahelp sa choice ninyo. Ano ba ang off topics? Let's see. Another one off topic is fruits and vegetables do not have many calories. Kasi hindi naman na-mention dyan sa sentence na ang tungkol sa calories sa fruits and vegetables. Kinukumpare lang ang carbohydrates with fat or proteins. Another off topic, most junk foods do not weigh much, but surely they have many calories. Hindi naman na-mention dito ang junk foods. So, choice letter D is an off-topic argument. Number 4, eliminate two broad answers. Check for answers which are opposite with the given statement. Tingnan natin again yung sample question. Eliminate two broad answers. One broad is foods that are rich in calories weigh more than food rich in starch. Hindi naman sinasabi na ang food rich too broad ito. Ano yung mga foods na rich? So halongkatin pa natin. This is too broad. So that is an X. Next, ang letter E, it is important to choose food based on their weight to calorie ratio. This is too broad. So, lahat ng food ay i-determine mo pa ang their weight to calorie ratio. So, that is again another broad answer. So, that's why the correct answer is the more carbohydrates there is in food, the more calories they contain. Mag-shade kayo, shading. Mag-post ako ng answer sheets doon sa FB page ko na Just Cool Names. Para ma-printin nyo yun at mapraktisan. Please like and follow my page, Just Cool Names, kasi doon ay maglagay ako ng mga sample questions on the different types of CEC exam. Naglagay na ako ng mga sample questions on assumptions and conclusions. Then i-repost ko ulit yun kasi baka natabunan na sa ibang mga post ko. So, yung mga magtitake, i-printin nyo yun para mapraktisan. I will be having a live streaming on a review of the CEC exam. Perhaps later this week or early next week kasi malapit na ang exam. Those who are interested are invited to join with me. Thank you for watching. Bye for now, and please don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell para updated kayo sa aking mga latest videos. Bye-bye. This will be continued. These tips on finding and assumptions will be continued next week, mga sample questions na in my next uploads. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.